having written the first book on Alaska, I met so many people that said, have you talked to so-and-so about his stories and that too, that you couldn't really stop at one book. So I made a second book, Alaska 2, and the most interesting story is about the Exxon Valdez oil spill. About it was a disaster. They talk about it, economic disaster for the country. But hearing the full story, that fortunate somebody that I'd met a few years previous had worked for the state of Alaska, the Fish and Game, for about 30 years. And he was appointed to, from the state side, to go out and help rescue the sea otters. And so he had to get, Exxon, of course, had gotten every boat available they could get prior to that to start that saving the sea otters. And so he went out and they took in 493 that they brought to shore with his group. And of those, 193 survived because they're a very anxious animal, excitable animal, and a lot of them died there from different reasons. And the book tells those reasons too. And of the 193 they turned loose, they had 43 to put radio collars on so they could monitor them that way. And the rest had colored numbers on their feet because they lay on their back in the water. They could get them that, detect there and kind of get their locations. And by December that year, they found no otters alive yet that they could tell. And of those 193 they turned loose, that cost $83,000 a otter. And they feel that they're less efficient with the Exxon people because they were catching them just kind of a game for them. And these facts were given up there, but not to the public about the cost of that. So the question is that, did we really save otters or not? And then the cost of the trial and the cost of Exxon up there was probably a boon to the country monetarily on that. Also, Prudhoe Bay, we talk about that devastates the land up there. But actually what they do, they get maybe 4 or 5 wells at one location and they go down up to 12,000 feet and go out horizontally 10 miles or so. So there's very little area that they have to devastate except the pads they work on. And they get jobs. Almost every Aleut that lives up there has a chance to get a job. And the Aleuts up there at Barrow and other small towns have no access to lower states except by boat because they can't drive down it. Every winter, the oil companies make an ice road for the natives up there, so they get on to Fairbanks for 3 months out of the year. And they supply every Sunday a meal for the Aleuts up there. So really, when you get the true facts on some of these things, you realize that, what is really the true story of that. They got many more interesting stories of people on their hunting, fishing, trapping. So it's a book that, it's one you don't put down readily. Thank you.